Yes, people. How we doing? How we doing? Today is Sunday the 15th. This will be for the weekly outlook. Week commencing the 16th. Jumping straight into it, we'll just cover the rough geopolitics, and then we'll go straight into fundamentals, and then lastly technicals as per. Obviously, geopolitical wise, we are still mainly looking at the conflict in Iran. All eyes on the Middle East, basically. We had the US hit Karg Island over the weekend. If you know, you know. That's about where 90% of Iranian oil is distributed from. That island is very strategic for Iranian economic outcomes. Obviously, we then had Iran basically say that, you know, we are going to be bombing other Middle Eastern countries and their, US bases, the ports, etc. Then we have what I deem is quite critical news to the longevity of this conflict, which is that Iran have been seriously targeting the Iron Dome defense system. If you know how that works, it's basically a line of satellite dishes and other radio equipment that basically allows for this interceptor system to basically detect incoming missiles before they're obviously in the airspace. Um, and that has been significantly weakened by Iranian ballistic missiles, which is very key to what I think could cause longevity with this conflict. The main thing I'm really looking out for is de-escalation. Are we seeing any signs of de-escalation? Where are these signs of de-escalation coming from? Is this, trustworthy, etc., etc. Jumping straight into it, macro wise, we'll cover the dollar first. Pretty much the same as it has been since the conflict start. Since the conflict has started, we are bullish. Oil is obviously elevated. Dollar has got that safe haven status, and we are seeing higher yields, not just in the US but across the board. So, in my opinion, if you're looking at rate differentials, not significant whatsoever. Like I said, all eyes are on the Middle East and inflation. Inflation is very key. That is what the markets really care about at the minute. Obviously, there's not really too much point. None of these seasonality really worked for the situation. Although March is a slightly bullish month for the dollar. We have a mildly dovish Fed. Again, this is nothing that I'm particularly paying attention to. Main things I'm really paying attention to is the conflict and what institutions are saying. So, yeah, I mean, ANZ are bearish, but this is only ahead of the RBA meeting, which I'll go over. I forgot to go over the calendar, but I will go through the currencies and then the calendar. Bank of America bullish, Morgan Stanley bullish. So basically, institutions are favouring dollar upside. That's what you need to know here. Labour market, obviously, again, no one's really paying too much attention to that. Right now, it is in the mind of people. But again, like I said, not paying too much attention to it. And inflation, that is what people are paying attention to, but that is a lagging indicator. So I'd imagine when we next see the next inflation print, that will probably reflect this situation, which again could carry on the trend, this conflict trend, as I say, um, for the meantime. So that I am bullish on the dollar overall. On the pound, again, very much similar, bearish, specifically on energy crosses, playing very much the energy divergence this week, and I have been doing. I apologize that I missed the video last week. I was very busy, but I didn't actually take any trades. I was just still in the trades that I was in, but I'll go over that. Um, so obviously I'm saying that we because I live in the United Kingdom, um, are very much independent. Sorry, very much energy dependent on other countries, and it's just not looking good for the pound, really, macro wise. So labour market inflation, it's just really not looking good. Institutions are bearish, we can see, um, albeit we have been outperforming other European nations, G10 specifically. Um, yeah, this is pretty simple stuff, really. Just I'm short pound. That's it. Euro, I am bearish on the euro. We have again elevated energy prices. That's really not a great thing for Europe. We're very much dependent on other sources for our energy. I do like the look of downside in euro, Aussie dollar, euro CAD, euro NOK, euro. USD as well. Again, like I said, elevated energy prices will hurt Europe, are hurting Europe, and we are seeing that reflected in the price. Straight into the CAD. Again, that's Euro, pretty simple stuff. CAD, pretty straightforward, bullish, obviously elevated oil prices. But main thing with CAD is, and like I say, all eyes on de-escalation in the Middle East because CAD's macro situation is not good whatsoever. Labour print was not good whatsoever. However, we did reverse the yield reaction on that Labour print. So yes, this was a dovish print, but we actually reversed that. And if I show you right now, you can actually see we completely reversed the downside move off of that Labour print, basically saying markets don't care about the labour market at the minute. At the minute, all we care about is inflation and oil. That's just actually driving the CAD. CAD is a major oil exporter, and so we see higher prices in oil and therefore in CAD. Straight on to the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar, I am bullish, but only on specific crosses. That's the main part. Uh, it's holding up quite nicely, even with commodities and equities both moving lower. Like I said again, I'll repeat this over and over again. Tactical plays this week, people, and the weeks to come, because de-escalation is the main thing you need to be looking out for. Not too much to cover on here. I'll go over the calendar. It's pretty important. We've got lots of central bank meetings, lots of central bank rate decisions this week, RBA being one of them. I will look to exit my Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar longs before the meeting on Tuesday. I do think we'll see a bullish push on the Monday, so I'll basically hold till Monday close and then close. Then, again, I'll go with that position because I'm up quite nicely on that anyway. Pardon me. Moving on to the New Zealand dollar, this is pretty self-explanatory. New Zealand does massive energy importer and obviously a China proxy. China proxy being significant because they import a lot of oil from the Middle East, and so New Zealand dollar's getting hit. Obviously, got the whole macro backdrop with very poor labour market and inflation, not looking too good either. Like I said, obviously energy importer. So yeah, this again, everything here is pretty self-explanatory. They're just a major energy importer. They're just going to get hit hard. Moving on to the yen, I'm bearish on the yen again. Huge energy importer, not looking too good for them over in Asia, is it, people? No, it's not. It's not looking good. Again, like I said, I'm really not talking too much about macro, purely because it's all eyes on the Middle East. Geopolitics is really driving this price action that we've seen lately. So yeah, bearish on the dollar, bearish on the yen, big energy importer. That's sort of what we need to know. And the franc, I'm actually neutral on the Swissy this week. Gold is capping Swissy gains, even though it is a safe haven currency. We are getting capped by commodity downside and commodity sideways movement. Again, like I keep repeating this, not too focused on the macro. Particularly again, like I said, I'm not looking to trade any franc pairs this week. I am in a trade. I'm looking to exit it as soon as I can, basically. But yeah, that's it for the macro. If I move on to the calendar, which I really should probably done first. This is all there is. Don't think I've ever seen a week like this where there are so many rate decisions. But on Monday we have Canada's inflation. On Tuesday, we have, like I said, the RBA interest rate decision. We are forecast to have a 25 basis point hike. We could see a knee-jerk reaction, i.e., buy the news, no, buy the rumor, sell the news, kind of thing. On Wednesday, we had the Bank of Canada interest rates, and we have Fed interest rates, and then we obviously have economic projections and the press conference, which is obviously equally as important. And then busy day on Thursday. Bank of Japan, Bank of England, and the ECB all have interest rate decisions, and we have unemployment rate in the United Kingdom. And that's pretty much it for the macro wise and the calendar wise. Moving on to what I'm looking at for this week, people. Literally at the end of last week, I got into some path leverage longs. I think my liquidation point is around $9.60 if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how that goes. It's a bit of a risky play, but I do like the look of this. Didn't take this trade here, but this would have been a lovely trade. on ES1. Basically, what and then I'll go over what I'm looking at in a second. Um, Still in this. This is what I'm talking about trying to get out of this as soon as possible. Basically, um, should I have taken profits here? Yes, but I was running minimum lots, so I couldn't, and I wasn't going to move my stop loss. But then I entered in a second position, and I've been over this. I actually got tapped out of this second position, as you can see, but I'm actually still in this first position. Um, Somehow getting absolutely killed with swap fees, which is obviously horrid. I think like on this second position, I got taken out of half of the position, like half of the loss that I took was of swap fees. So it was just wraps, like it was just peak. And this is my AUD NZD long. Like I said, I'm looking to see Monday be a bullish day. So if we can have the 215 handle taken out, I will fully exit my positions there. For a 1 to 4.5, that's probably what I'll be targeting. But yeah, this is obviously a lovely, lovely, lovely position. We saw a lovely push last week in the Aussie dollar. But going on to what I'm looking for this week, I'm looking for Euro USD downside. 1.15 handle looks nice coming out of um, this zone here. I would like to see a test from the mean reversion. So when the blue line drops into this zone, which it will when market wakes up when market opens. Yeah, this looks nice. Something like this or something like this for a 1-to-1 looks nice. May hold a little bit more. We'll see. Pound euro. Not looking to take any positions unless something really presents itself, but the 165 handle looks nice to target regardless. Pound USD, I didn't take this trade unfortunately, but I am looking to trade from the 133 handle, stopped above the highs. We may even see this level here taken out. So maybe we even jump in from the 336 handle. And yeah, something like that could be nice, or maybe even something like this could also be nice. New Zealand dollar against US dollar. I like the look of this from the 584 handle. Just again for a 1-to-1. I'm really trying to be tactical this week. Just get in, get out, secure your profits, and just go about your week kind of thing. But a bounce off the 584 handle looks nice. Maybe even a bounce from this level here also seems quite nice. But you know, if I enter here, could re-enter here. Stops are above here anyway. We're protected. New Zealand dollar CAD looks nice. A bounce off the 0.8 looks nice. Obviously stops above highs. Looking to test mean reversion statistically. Looks good. We're definitely on the board for sure. Again, makes sense. New Zealand dollar is very weak. CAD is pretty strong. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at this week. Not too much. Probably won't get into all of those positions. But yeah, if you're wondering what this is Cogniso. Whole dashboard. You've got macro, you've got geopolitics, which you saw right at the start. You've got institutional insights. You've got their own research. Got the calendar, got the news, chat feature, journal feature, everything. They are developing something really, really cool, which I can't show you at the minute, but it's basically a whole dashboard at the home page. Everything you need, literally just to go about your day, kind of thing. Check on it, bosh, done, kind of thing. But yeah, I'll drop a link in the description and a discount code you guys can use if you would like to get this. I think it's like 30% off or something like that. It's not too bad. If you want to get it, type of thing. But yeah, I appreciate you watching, appreciate you tuning in. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub if you like the video. Ask any questions in a chat in the comments. I keep saying chat, I keep live streaming. Drop any comments in the comment section. And yeah, hope you guys have a good week and peace.